Hi, I'm Scott Hickok, Community Development Director for the City of Fridley. Thanks for joining us. We're going to take you on a journey through some of our most recent improvement projects or development projects in the city, and we look forward to having you come along. Behind me is what was the Moon Plaza site, now is the Callisto Commons apartment complex site, and as you can see from our last episode, there's been quite a bit of progress made. Right now they're at about 75% of the exterior improvements have been installed. On the interior, I understand that they're insulated up through the 5th floor, electrical and plumbing in the walls, and they're ready to start sheetrocking inside the building very, very shortly. They do anticipate that this project will be opening in spring, early summer 2025. Watch for more updates as the project moves along. Many people have asked the question, what is happening with the building at 73rd and University Avenue on the west side? Well, the answer is that in a previous storm, the building had sustained some storm damage that not even the owners knew about until they were remodeling the 3rd floor. Once they started that remodeling project, they discovered that there was a crack literally across the entire block interior wall of the building. And that caused a problem with the brick fascia on the outside of the building. So not only is a crack across the top of your building a problem, but when the brick on the exterior then is impacted by that and brick really could start falling, it's time to change, to take that brick off, to fix it. And that's what you're seeing happen here. This isn't a new development project like many of the others that we show you, but we've had enough questions asked about it that we wanted to just let people know. They've got a very good set of engineering documents now that describe what it is that they need to do to fix it, and they've got a very good crew that they've hired to do the work. So they've done exactly what's required, exactly what a good building owner would do, and hopefully that answers the questions that people have when they go by and see windows covered and stanchions out there and all sorts of other things happening and brick off half the building. All of that has to do with some previous storm damage that's now being taken care of. I don't know about you, but I think there's nothing more fun than watching something happen along a roadway that's you travel often. This is one of those cases. University Avenue is a roadway that, as we can see, is heavily traveled. And people have watched as this site has developed. Those historians out there in our audience would remember that this was once a Citgo gas station and convenience store site. And now it is a multimodal site that belongs to the city and is developed in a way that will help aid folks that want to travel by bus, folks that are on their bike or walking that want a nice place to rest, and students that might be on their way to school or on their way home that you want to sit and do homework. This is a very nice feature that also really adds to the University Avenue corridor that we've worked very hard to change the image of, to create more of a parkway, more of an interesting driving experience, the old chain link fence being gone, new landscaping in its place, and now this feature at 61st and University. While you're out walking or biking, stop in and enjoy it. I'll show you some of the very neat features that have been built into this site. The berm behind me, some people have said, are you just going to let the weeds grow there? Oh, those aren't weeds. You'll notice if you look close, there's a mesh that's been pinned down to the ground. Within that mesh is seed. There's plant material that will be growing here, native plant material that will cover this berm or series of berms and make it look very natural, very nice, and will have a pollinator element to it so that birds and bees and butterflies will be happy. This bench feature has got some very interesting elements to it, including solar on its roof. The roof keeps you out of the weather. The solar helps to charge a station in here that allows you to charge your telephone. So you're out for a walk, your phone needs charging, you can set your phone in here and it will be charged by virtue of the solar on the roof and the energy that is stored in here to help you charge your phone. The light fixtures along the pathway are also solar. You might have noticed they have kind of an interesting look to them. They almost look like they're wearing a big hat. That's because this panel is a solar panel, and it allows then at night, throughout the course of the day in the sunshine, the light is stored. At night, it lights the walkway. As I mentioned, this is a great spot to rest when you're biking, walking, or waiting for the bus. We have a drinking fountain here. Even your dog has a drinking fountain, which is important, as you know. Keep those young pets hydrated while you're out on your hike. The paved surface is its own form of art. Jesslyn Quirum of the city's engineering department designed this interesting pattern. The pattern really forms its own visual interest for the site. And as we begin to focus on public art, how cool is it that even the patio area of this site is a form of art? Jesslyn did an excellent job. What would a rest area be without a place to play? This is set up so that people can come out from the surrounding development area, or you're out on your walk, on your bike, you want to rest, throw the ball for the dog, or play with your kids. This provides a perfect spot for doing that. Some have asked, what is the deal with the concrete? Is that for a sign, or what is that? That's actually going to have stone applied to it. It will have stone all around it, and there will be water that will come down from the top. If you look close, you can see plumbing. Water will come down from the top and will create visual interest on the site. Initially, the thought was that there might be something that would put spray kind of in the air around the boulders, but it would be one of those things that would need to be treated like a swimming pool, like a splash pad, and this will have a very interesting visual effect and won't have those dangers of the mist that would need to constantly be cleaned, pumped, and filtered. So it was a very nice solution, still an artistic solution that involves water, stone, and a very natural appearing series of elements. What's a resting spot without a swing? There's a couple of these swings with a built-in shade feature. You can take a rest, cool down, and enjoy the scenery. It's been a great addition, and we've seen several people on these since they were installed. This is a bike fix-it station that's been built into the site, and I've already gone by and seen somebody with their bike mounted to it working on it. It's got a tire pump. It's got a place actually for you to hook your bike up to it. And I have to be honest, I don't know exactly how it works, but the other day when I went by, there was a gentleman that had his bike on the rack, and he was working on changing his inner tube on his tire. So you can do something like that here with the bike fix-it station, and it's really a nice complement to the bike riding trails that go through here. And there are tools, all the basic tools that you would need for working on your bike. are right here, and this is made by a company called Darrow, a manufacturing company called Darrow. Darrow is here in the Northern Stacks development in Fridley. It's a great, we think, addition to this site for our bike riders. From University Avenue, people might see the back of this and wonder, what the heck is that? It's kind of blocking the view of this beautiful parklet. Well, they're bike lockers. And if you're interested, these bike lockers are for rent. You can rent one of these. You could ride your bike to here, lock it up, and then get on the bus and go where you're going. When you get off the bus, get your bike out and off you go. There's 3 of them, and they are available for rent. As many of our viewers know, the city of Fridley has engaged in a public art initiative, and it's gone very, very well. Last year, a series of meetings were held to ask the public, what would you like to do in terms of public art in the city of Fridley? What would you like to see? And we got all sorts of great information back from citizens. One of the outcomes was a final report from that series of meetings. That report serves as a recommendation to council. And in the recommendations, there was, 1, a recommendation that a task force or a commission be formed. 2, that the city start small. And every piece of art that they put in, consider the maintenance of that piece of art as well as the art itself. The ongoing maintenance would be very, very important. And also consider a plan so that the art can go in a thoughtful way, and when money becomes available and art then can be purchased, it can be placed according to a plan. Our first piece of art now, thanks to that process, and oh, by the way, the council did form a commission. First it was a task force, and that group did so well that they became the Public Arts Commission, the first Public Arts Commission in Fridley. And that commission and council now have reviewed the art of a young artist named Jessica Turtle. Jessica Turtle is an artist that's also associated with the Rice Creek Watershed District, and she will be doing a piece of art at Moore Lake Park. The commission and council have yet to decide exactly where that piece of art is going to go, but by December, the artist hopes to not only have the location in this park where it'll go, but also 3 concepts that she will have drawn. One of them will be approved, and from there, she will create the piece of art that will be located in this park. In a previous episode, we talked about this site, and it looks the same. But fear not, there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes as we prepare a site like this for redevelopment. There's actually a series of lots that will combine to make a 5-acre parcel. That 5-acre parcel then will be a perfect site for future development. And right now, council and the HRA are contemplating exactly what that future development will be. I do believe that it's safe to say they've ruled out single-family homes. There is a high water table and there are soil conditions in here that will make it likely that it will not be single-family, nor will it be high-density multifamily, a multi-story building like the senior complex across Old Central. What it will likely be is something that can be built on a slab, whether that be a patio home or a townhome type of a development. Time will tell, and council and the HRA right now are evaluating that, and we will keep you posted as this moves along and we know more. Many of you travel Highway 65 on a daily basis, and if you have recently, you've noticed that the chain link fence south of Fridley Terrace Mobile Home Park has come out, and the fence along Highway 65, or what was a hedge along Highway 65, has now been removed. The reason is they're replacing it with a 7-foot high Trex fence. It will be a very attractive fence, and its purpose will be to up the screening, up the privacy element for its owners, and up the image along these corridors. We're very, very pleased. Can-Am is the owning company, and Can-Am has been very, very good about addressing issues that we saw with their fence and hedge conditions, and chose to replace it with this new fence rather than trying to do anything different with chain link or hedge.